so much time close to President Obama. When Donald Trump has a speech like he did today, where he stayed on message about jobs, then he turns around and frames in very inflammatory language, enemy of the American people is the media. Is that just a distraction, or is he also spending capital that he could really use to, and with the time, to do something?
Look, I think this has to be exasperating to the people who work for him. There is this, I've said this before, there's this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Twitter quality to Donald Trump, and he goes out there, he's got the teleprompter, he does well. It was a well-crafted message today, and they wanted that to be the story, all about jobs. And then you put out this incredibly inflammatory tweet tonight, and it just hijacks the story. Here we are talking about it, others will be talking about it, and at some level he must know, he's savvy in the ways of the media, he must know that when he puts a tweet like that out, it is going to eclipse everything else. So I'm sure it's a great frustration to people who are trying to keep him on message, trying to craft a message that's focused on the thing that works for him, which is jobs and the economy.
Ryan, why does he go on?
I don't know. I think I disagree with Axel a little bit on this, because I have a couple of pieces up at NewYorker.com where I've been reporting about this, and there was a debate in the White House, and the senior White House official last week posed this question to me. We're talking about the struggles that the White House has had, and this person said, who is the enemy? Who is our opponent? Is it Chuck Schumer and the Democrats? Is it Elizabeth Warren? Is it the media? Is it elites? So they were sort of struggling with this question.
Who did they decide it was?
Well, I think yesterday we got our answer,
oh, yeah,
right?
There you
the
go.
answer is us. The enemy is the media. And this person was also saying that was Steve Bannon's solution, to brand the media the enemy. But I think they have struggled since the campaign when they had this clarity. There was one person who was their enemy, Hillary Clinton. She's gone. And I think they've struggled to define someone to replace her.
So they need a new foil? I mean, is it really that thought out, or is he just that frustrated, Jackie?
I think I agree with Ryan on this, although I will say he can blame the media for, everything from if it rains during one of his rallies to, the fact that his message isn't getting out. At the end of the day, this is going to come down to is what he can get done for people who voted for him. They want jobs. If he can't deliver, if he overpromises and underperforms, and that he's not bringing in the things that he said, that's what's going to matter at the end of the day. The people who voted for him already don't like the media. This is just re-galvanizing them. But at the end of the day, what has he done for them?
And Jeff, sorry, go on.
Well, I mean, can we just talk about what it means to call like the entire news media enemies of the American people? I mean, I'm not unduly idealistic about what we do, and I realize we're a business and our shareholders are trying to make money. But, the press is an important part of the United States. And the idea that the President of the United States would call the entire news media the enemy of the American people, I find that chilling. I'm sorry, maybe I'm naive or,
you're 100%
really
right, Jeff. You're 100% right, and we should point that out before we get into the politics of it.
We have an amendment,
Someone is, look, and it's always, when he attacks someone, it's always an issue for us in the press of how much attention to give it. Right? Because there's a shock value to this, and he wants to set off a reaction. But someone is going to get hurt when the President of the United States brands an entire class of journalists as enemies. I was just looking through Donald Trump's Twitter feed. The only people he ever calls the enemy are ISIS, occasionally China, our adversaries. Someone in this country is going to do something stupid because Donald Trump has branded us the enemy.
It's a chilling. It's
but
a chilling
can I just?
Unfortunately. Ax, go ahead.
Go ahead, Brianna.
No, you go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I think that you get to a point. I don't think most Americans, they may not like the media. They don't think of themselves as the enemy of the media. And what he's saying is, if you oppose me, you're an enemy of the people. And I think people will think that's a bridge too far. I don't think he helps himself with this. I don't care what Steve Bannon thinks. They would have been better off with a job story today.